Okay, that's it. Most mantras are complete bullshit. Your own negative self-talk trashes you all day long. It will not work for you to stand in front of the mirror when you feel broken and you're at the beginning of your journey and to say, I love and accept myself. Your brain is going to be like, no, you don't. Did you see how you treated yourself yesterday? How many of you would love to create new beliefs about yourself? There's some change that you want to make. Just saying something isn't enough. You want to know the simple secret to feeling happier in your life? This is going to be crazy for you to hear, but it's true. Happy people do something that unhappy people don't. Okay. Hey everybody, it's Mel Robbins, and I want to talk today about why most mantras are bullshit. I know, there I said it. Most mantras are bullshit. The ones that you're using, the ones that other people want you to use, complete garbage. I'm going to explain today the science and the research that explains why the mantras that you say are not working. And more importantly, we're going to talk about what will work. Okay? So first, let me just pose this question. Have you ever had the experience where you wake up and you're like, okay, that's it. That's it. I gotta stop being so negative. I've got to start talking to myself in a much kinder way, right? I'm sure you've had that experience. Most of us have had that experience where you literally are like, I'm done talking trash to myself. And so you go into your bathroom, you stand in front of the mirror, and you look at yourself after decades and decades of trashing yourself and hating on your body, and you're like, I love you. I really love you. I love my body. I love and accept where I am in life. And you try to cultivate this sort of like positive self-talk. And then it feels good for a second, right? But then you go into your closet and you got to pull on your jeans and you can barely get them up. And then you go to try to zip them up. And then you start immediately, without even realizing, going, oh God, why did I do that? And you start trashing yourself, right? Because trashing yourself is a habit. So the reason why most mantras are complete bullshit is because you are picking a mantra to repeat that you don't believe. That's number one. And more importantly, you are picking a mantra to repeat that is the exact opposite of how you treat and speak to yourself all day long. The reason why those positive, I love myself, I'm happy with who I am, I accept myself, the reason why those mantras don't work in the beginning is because your brain rejects it. You've spent a lifetime trashing your body, trashing yourself, telling yourself you're stupid, telling yourself that you're not good enough, telling yourself that nothing's ever going to work out for you. There is no way that you're going to be able to stand in front of a mirror, everybody, look yourself in the eye and say, today's the day that I'm going to forget all that stuff and I'm just going to accept myself. And the reason why it's not going to work is because all day long, you then continue to beat yourself up. And so what does work? Well, I'm going to read from chapter 7 of my New York Times Best Selling book, The High Five Habit. The place where we left off, for those of you, is page 91, where we were talking about training your mind to change the way that it views the world. Intentionally training your mind to help you. And this is an important thing to learn how to do, because if your mind is going to accept new ways of thinking and new beliefs about you, you must also train your mind to start to see the world differently. And so you can do the exercises that I'm teaching you in conjunction with what I'm about to teach you about mantras. So mistake number one, when it comes to you trying to become a more positive person and when you are trying to change the way that you talk to yourself, is you pick a mantra that you do not at your core believe, okay? You pick something that is the antithesis of how you actually believe it yourself. And so the mistake number one that you're making when it comes to mantras is that you're picking a mantra that is so far away from where you are that your mind immediately rejects it. So that's mistake number one. Mistake number two is that you pick a mantra that is simply just you repeating a statement that is the exact opposite of how you speak to yourself and how you treat yourself all day long. And so, let me just talk about this on a common sense standpoint. Let's say that you really want to become healthier, okay? How many of you want to become healthier, right? And you know all the things you need to do. How many of you want to become healthier and you know the specific actions you need to take in order to become healthier, right? Of course you know what to do. You know that you could eat better food. You know that you could get more sleep. You know that you could move your body a little bit more. You know that you could drink more water. You know that you could lay off the booze and the fatty, starchy foods. All those little actions would add up to a much healthier you. Are you with me? Yes, of course you're with me. Okay, so knowing what to do is the easy part. Knowing kind of what you want, that's the easy part. The problem with sticking to those changes is that your own negative self-talk trashes you all day long. And the negative self-talk, I'm so fat. Oh, there I go again. I said I wouldn't have dessert, but I did. Oh, I said I wouldn't drink tonight, and I just did. Oh, I said I was going to go gluten-free, and I didn't. Oh, I'm sad, so I'm going to do this. Oh, I don't feel like going for a walk. All of that negative thinking and talking, it makes you feel less motivated and less worthy of the change that you want. And so if you wake up every day and you have a dream and a goal of becoming healthier, and you know that today you're going to move your body, and today you're going to drink more water, and today you're going to cut out the gluten, and today you're going to do whatever, you're going to donate the clothes that don't fit so you stop trashing yourself. All things that make you feel better, right? If you stand in front of the mirror and you say, I love you and I accept you exactly how you are. I love you and you deserve to be, and I love myself and I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be the best me I can be. And then the next thing you do is you go into the kitchen and you glug, 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 pour a ton of cream into your coffee. Your mind is immediately going to go, why did you just do that? Oh my God, here I go. I'm 1 minute into this. And your own negative self-talk just overrode what you said in the mirror. That mantra that I love myself and I accept myself. By the time you got into the kitchen, you have already trashed yourself. The pouring the cream in the coffee is an example that you don't love yourself. You're not sticking to your word. And now your motivation goes, boo, to change, right? This is why most mantras are complete bullshit. You're picking something you don't believe. So what will work? Because the truth is, research says that having a positive attitude, having an optimistic attitude, being kind to yourself is the secret to motivation and inspiration. When you treat yourself with respect, when you cheer yourself forward, when you forgive yourself when you screw up, you are going to feel more worthy and you're going to feel more encouraged and you're going to feel more likely to pick yourself back up, dump the coffee with the cream out, make the coffee with the plant-based thing that you said you would drink, shrug your shoulders, laugh that you just instinctively poured the cream in, and then there you go. Take a sip of your coffee. So we know that positive talk helps. We know that kindness helps when it comes to motivation. The problem is you're picking a mantra that is so pie in the sky, and it's making you feel far away from what you want. And so what will work? I'll tell you what works, and then I'm going to read to you from the High Five Habit. Mantras only work, number one, if you believe them. I'm going to say that again. Mantras only work if you believe them. So if you're somebody that has struggled with self-acceptance for a very long time, It will not work for you to stand in front of the mirror when you feel broken and you're at the beginning of your journey of taking control of your life. It will not work for you to stand in front of the mirror and to say, I love and accept myself. Because as you stand in front of the mirror and say that, your brain is going to be like, no, you don't. Did you see how you treated yourself yesterday? You do not love and accept yourself. I know I'm a ventriloquist now. I'm your brain. And then that truth, that your actions don't align with what you're saying, plummets your motivation and your desire to change. So what you have to do is pick a mantra that you actually believe. I want you to think right now, what is something that you want to change about your life? And go ahead and put it in the comments here on Facebook, here on YouTube, here on Instagram. What is something that you want to change about your life? Okay? Something you're struggling with, some area of your life that you are truly beating yourself up with. And I'm going to, I love what she just said. Somebody just said, affirmations are like spells. Affirmations are like spells. You have to believe in the spell for it to take hold. So I see an unhealthy marriage, I see addiction, and I see successful entrepreneur, and I see procrastination. Let me write these down so that I don't forget. And we're going to go through these one by one, and I'm going to help you come up with a mantra that will work. Oh, I see healthier boundaries. I see an unhealthy marriage. I see entrepreneur. I see procrastination. Becca, what was one of the other ones? Unhealthy marriage, healthy boundaries, entrepreneur, procrastination. Do we have any of the other ones in the comments? I want to write, but I never write. Okay, being a writer. So, okay, so we're gonna teach you what not to do, everybody, and what to do. Got it? Good. And keep putting the comments in. Let's see. And for those of you, by the way, that are nitpicking about the word mantra or affirmation, the way that I'm using the word mantra is I'm using it as a statement that you say to yourself, whether you say it out loud, whether you say it in your own mind, whether you put it on a Post-it note and you stick it on a mirror. Okay. So let's take the first one, that we got, which was being in an unhealthy marriage. If you stand in front of the mirror and you say to yourself, I'm going to love myself no matter what, okay? Or I'm going to make this marriage work, or something that is really out there, this statement that's like, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to do what it takes to save this marriage. Okay. Do you see how that is a statement that is really kind of way up there, right? If you're in an unhealthy marriage, standing in front of a mirror and saying, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this work. Or standing in front of a mirror and saying, I got to just hold on because I don't want to hurt the kids. That is an affirmation or a mantra that you will then contradict all day long with your actions. Because if you're in an unhealthy relationship, you are tolerating behavior that's not acceptable. You're probably not doing the work in therapy, or if you are in therapy, you're going to the sessions but not applying it in real time. You are also probably not telling the truth about what you need and then holding somebody to that in time and space. And so what I would want you to say instead is something that you can believe, which is, I deserve to be in a healthy relationship. I deserve to be in a healthy relationship. When you say I deserve to be in something, you're not saying you know how to make it happen. You're not saying that it's going to happen overnight. You are setting a standard that even though your mind sees you having tolerated emotional or whatever kind of abuse or unhealthy dynamics in your relationship, when you say, I deserve to be in a healthy relationship, that is a believable mantra or affirmation. And you can say that to yourself all day long. And your actions whatever they are, or your thoughts throughout the day are not going to contradict that statement. Isn't that cool? Let's go on with another one. I need help with healthy boundaries, okay? I have unhealthy boundaries. I don't know how to say no. I feel guilty when I take time for myself. When you say, I'm going to be strong today, I'm saying no today, like when you say that as a mantra or an affirmation, if you have a moment of weakness, if you don't find the strength to say no, you are then going to have your actions contradict what you said in the morning, which erodes your confidence, it erodes your connection to self, it erodes your motivation to keep going. So you want to create a healthy boundary. You want to create a mantra, rather, that is something that you can believe. You ready? Here's some new mantras. And I've got a whole list of them that you can try out on page 95 called Meaningful Mantras. Let's see if any of these, give me a heart or write in the comments if you struggle with boundaries and you want to be a stronger person. How about this? I deserve to feel good today. I am an awesome person at my core. I'm going to try to have my own back today. Wow, what broke my heart in the past is going to open my eyes in the future. Now notice, when you say something like that, what broke my heart in the past has opened my eyes in the future. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to hold boundaries. It means that you're anchoring down in awareness. Today is going to be a good day. Notice I didn't say great. Notice I didn't say the best. Today is going to be a good day because you can find one good thing in any day, so it's more believable. I'm going to figure this out. Oh, I love that one. Don't you love that one as a mantra? I'm going to figure this out. Doesn't mean I'm going to figure it out today. But even if you're struggling with unhealthy boundaries, or you're in an unhealthy relationship, or you're struggling with procrastination, and today you procrastinate, or today you don't say no, and you say, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. You are bolstering the fact that every day you are learning something. What's meant for me is trying to find me. What's meant for me, this relationship, even though it's testing me, it's trying to teach me something. This scares me, but I'm going to try anyway. This scares me, but I'm going to try anyway. You know, I'm not giving myself enough credit. I'm not giving myself enough credit. That's a pretty good one, right? Because even if you don't follow through with the actions, it's true. You aren't giving yourself enough credit. And so what am I trying to teach you? Most mantras are bullshit because you're picking something you don't believe. So number one, you must pick something that even if you're not following through on the actions, you can get behind and believe. I deserve to be happy. Those of you that are writing in, I see in the comments a bunch of you saying, but what if I don't feel like I deserve it? I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I want you to admit to me and to yourself right now that deep down, beneath all the pain, beneath all the heartache, beneath all the things that aren't working in your life, you do long to be happy. You miss it. You can only miss something that you know. And you know that deep down, you deserve that thing that you long for. When you say that you're unworthy or you don't believe that you deserve it, what that tells me is you don't think you can do the work to make it happen. Feeling insecure about your ability to make something happen is different than a belief that you don't deserve that thing you long for. And I want you to separate those two. For those of you that feel like you don't deserve success or you don't deserve happiness, write in the comments right now, I deserve to feel happy. I'm just not quite sure what to do to make it happen. Just write that statement. I deserve to feel happy. I'm just not quite sure today what to do to make that happen. Do you see how that is something you can get behind, right? That you deserve it, you're just not sure how to make it happen. And it's important for you to locate that inside you. Because when you can start to look in the mirror and say, I deserve to be happy. I'm tired of being sad. I deserve to be happy. I just don't know what to do today to make that happen. Once we can get you to start to say, I deserve to, I'm just not quite sure how to do it. Now, what's great about that is if you start repeating that throughout the day, you notice that halfway through the day, you have something crappy happen at work. Stop for a second. You know, I deserve to be happy. I'm just not sure what to do today to make that happen. But I'm noticing that I don't really feel good at this job. That's amazing. Because you're starting to have this wake up moment. You're starting to have a wake up, right? To what you want. And that's the first step for any kind of transformation. And so the whole takeaway here is, number one, most mantras are complete bullshit because you're picking a mantra you do not believe. And then all day long, your actions and your thoughts just contradict the mantra, which means number three, your self-confidence and your desire to do the work to create that change just implodes and you lose all motivation and willpower. How you fix this is, number one, you pick what I call a believable. I should have called it kind of a lame mantra. That's not that inspiring. You pick something that's more believable because it's true. You do deserve to be happy. You know what else is true? Over time, you can figure anything out. You know what else is true? If you make progress every single day, you'll slowly start to turn your life in a little direction. You know what else is true? You are capable of doing the work over time to change your life. That is true. All of those things are true. And what's going to happen if you stand in front of that mirror and you continue to say, everybody, I deserve to be happy. I'm just not quite sure how to make that happen today. What's going to start to happen is you're going to notice, because you're claiming the fact that you deserve it, you're going to start to notice that that line, I don't know what to do today, is going to start to change into, but I can figure it out. But I'm starting to figure it out. And that'll then change to, I deserve to be happy. And I see myself every day doing something small that makes me happy. Because you want to know the simple secret to feeling happier in your life. This is going to be crazy for you to hear, but it's true. The simple secret to feeling happier, it's about systems, everybody. It's not about your ability to be happy. It's about the systems that you create in your life and the habits that you have that create the feeling of happiness. So happy people do something that unhappy people don't. Happy people prioritize and plan and do things that make them happy. And it can be small things. Literally. We're going to dig into this in a much deeper level. But if you think about a time in your life when you were happier, write down all the things that you were doing that actually brought joy or happiness into your life. Now write down all the things that you do today. Compare the list. Your own wisdom is giving you the map. That's how you figure these things out. You also figure them out by watching live streams like this, reading books like The High Five Habit and The 5-Second Rule, by listening to podcasts. You have within you the ability to figure anything out. That's one of the best mantras on the planet, by the way, is that I, over time, and with a little bit of effort, I can figure this out. I know I can. And that is going to kind of push you forward. All right, let me pick up the book because I promised to read it. Let me give you 3 steps, everybody. We're going to pick up the book at step 1 on how you create new beliefs. Okay, you ready? You're going to get 2 videos for the price of 1. First, I explain why mantras are bullshit. That's basically page 91, 90 through 91 in this book. Now I'm going to teach you from page 92 to 99, the 3 steps to creating new beliefs. Okay, you ready, everybody? There are 3 steps to creating new beliefs. You're going to love this. Obviously, you can use the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that I created to interrupt any thoughts. How many of you would love to create new beliefs about yourself? Okay. We're moving on from mantras and affirmations and why most mantras and affirmations are bullshit. And it's believable, and align your actions with that and continue to repeat it throughout the day. A believable mantra, something a little bit smaller, is going to create momentum, belief, and confidence in self. It's a way to buoy yourself when you're bobbing up and down in life. Now we're going to move on, and I want to teach you how to create new beliefs. Right now, before I teach you the 3 steps, what is a new belief that you want to have in your life? Everybody, what's a new belief that you want to have? I'll tell you a belief that I'm struggling with. This is going to sound kind of crazy. Chris and I are in the middle of building this amazing house in Vermont. And our son is going to high school up there. And I'm sitting in our house outside of Boston, Massachusetts. And I have been alone here for the last 6 months because I've been coming back and forth because we're under construction in order to get work done. And nobody's here. It's like me and our cat, Mr. Noodle. And it's really lonely. But I have lived in this house, everybody, for 24 years. And the belief that I am wanting to create is that it is time to close the door, to start a new chapter, to make Southern Vermont more of my full-time place, and to rent an apartment in downtown Boston. And I'm struggling with that. I'm struggling with that because I've lived in this house for 24 years. This is where we raised our children. 2 of them have gone and left. And our son is now at the public high school in Vermont. And I'm having a really hard time letting go. I'm waking up every morning. I'm having these nightmares that we're going to sell the house. And then 2 years from now, I'm going to be driving by, stalking the new owners and crying because I regret selling the house. That I'm going to get up to Vermont and I'm not going to like to be up there all the time. And I'm going to wish I had not sold our house, that I'm going to get down to Boston and be in an apartment. I haven't lived in an apartment in 27 years and I'm going to hate that. And so I want to create a new belief that it's going to be okay. And in fact, that it's not only going to be okay, this new chapter, but that it's actually going to be amazing. It's going to be the best thing that I've ever done. Now, do I know if that belief is true? No. And in fact, I have so much fear about selling the house that we raised our kids in and starting this whole new chapter. I'm afraid I'm not going to like it. I'm going through the same thing that you probably are going through right now. That my fears have like a stranglehold on me. But I so desperately want to believe this. There's a part of me that can just feel that it is necessary. There's a part of me that feels like a ghost in my old chapter as I'm walking around this house. Now, here's a funny data point. My parents still live in the house that I grew up in. So my parents are living in a house that has 4 bedrooms and no kids are there. And they've been there ever since I left. My God, I left when I was 18. How old is that? 33 years ago?
Yeah.
So I have never had the experience of having to leave a family home. And it is just like right here. And I'm fighting with myself about it. So do you relate to this story, everybody? That there's something that you want to believe. There's some change that you want to make. There's something that you're called toward, but you're just scared. And it's your old beliefs that I'm going to regret this, or this is going to be a mistake, or what if this doesn't work out, or what if this is the worst thing I could have ever done, or what if that, right? And so this is where I am. And I want you to think about what's some change that you want to make in your life and the belief that you need to change in order to really lift yourself up and support yourself through the process of changing. The belief that I want to have is that this next chapter is going to be the best chapter of my life. And that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. That really, it's not about a house, everybody. It's about the people that are in the house. And now that I'm here alone, boy, is that true. But I'm so scared to let go. All right. And you know what I love? You guys are so cute. Everybody's trying to solve this problem. Just rent it out. Then you can keep it. Right? You're going to be okay, Mel. No problem. Mel, just rent an apartment. Use this as the production studio. Like, you love that you guys are problem solving. It's true, I could rent it out. But I feel like there's something bigger here. You know, everybody, where you just know it's kind of time to let go, where it's let go of a relationship or a place or a friendship or a career, that there's some big move, right? And yeah, I think I'm taking my time with leaving a family home because it is a big decision. 24 years in one place is a big thing. Having roots somewhere is a big thing. And so my belief and the belief that I want to change is about okayness. It's about the permission to take a risk and to dream and to trust myself. Because, you know, when I close my eyes, just like when you close your eyes and think about this change that you want to make, you know what's right for you. Yes, Faye says it feels like a part of you will die if you leave. The truth is, a part of me does need to die because I'm no longer in that chapter of my life and I'm holding on to it, right? So what are the 3 steps to changing a belief? And now that you have the belief that you want to change, what is the belief that you want to change, everybody? Describe in the comments what's holding you back. What's holding me back is I may regret this decision. And once I sell the house, there's no going back. I want to believe I'm going to be okay no matter what I decide. That I need to trust my heart in this one. That in order to open the door and step into this next chapter of my life, I got to let go of the handle and close the door on this past one. I'm not getting choked up. I just have cat hair that just flew in my mouth. So hold on a second. Here, now I'm going to sneeze. This is how you know it's live, everybody. So step number 1, you're going to love this tool. And I write about this in the High Five Habit. If you have not bought a copy of this book, and you can, please do. It's extraordinary. It's in 41 languages already. It only came out in September. And it's changing people's lives around the world. And we're on page 92, everybody. But step 1 is a simple tool. If you catch the negative thought, like my thought sounds like, fuck, 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 fuck. What if I sell this? What if I never see my kids again? What if nobody visits me in Vermont? What if I fucking regret selling this house? What if I get to a goddamn apartment building in Boston and the people above me are having sex every night really loud and there's a dog next door and I hate the building and somebody's cooking something every day and it smells like shit and I can't get out and I hate my street and I don't know where to park. Like, this is how crazy my mind is starting to go around this chapter and this change I want to make. Okay? So 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interrupt that shit. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, I'm not thinking about that. Say, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that is literally a karate chop to the craziness in your head. Every single morning when I wake up in our bedroom here in Boston, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I selling? I just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not thinking about that right now. Step number 2, I talk about this on page 94 of the book. Step number 2, note to self. Let me explain what that means. Okay. That's Becca, do you have, could you grab me a Post-it note so I can show these guys? Note to self. You already know, oh, here's one. Oh no, these are not sticky. Oh, fabulous. Look at that. Okay. You guys want to see something funny? These are my Post-it notes. This one says busy as fuck. I love this one. Hey Mel, keep up the okay work. Isn't that awesome? Keep up the okay work, Mel. There you go. Little boost from Mel Robbins to Mel Robbins. Step number 2. Post-it note. Write a note to self. Here's what I would write. You ready? You're going to write a believable mantra or affirmation. This is where believable mantras come in. You ready? When you have a negative belief that starts haunting you or worries, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, interrupt it with a 5-second rule, and then karate chop it in half by saying, I'm not thinking about that. Because the fact is, you don't need to think about that. Most of the things that you're worried about right now, a month from now, you're not going to be even worried about it, okay? Most of the things. So when you catch yourself worrying or trashing yourself or ruminating, use the 5-second rule, take a 5-second moment of control by counting backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then karate chop that shit in half by saying, I'm not thinking about that. If this is a chronic belief that you want to now insert to teach your brain, I want you to use a visual cue. This says, trust your heart. It knows. You will be okay. Notice I didn't say, sell the damn house, you're going to be fine. That would actually scare me. Notice I didn't say, stop being a chicken shit. That would probably make me nervous. This is believable. Trust your heart. It knows. And you will be okay makes me feel okay. And having this note to self, which is basically a believable mantra, that is what I'm going to use as the third step. So step 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5-second moment of control. Step 2, karate chop that shitty thought with, I'm not thinking about that. Step number 3, use a visual trigger in a place you're going to see it. I like to put it on my bathroom mirror. I like to put it on my laptop. I sometimes put them on the back of my phone. You can take a photo of this and make it your screen saver on your phone so you see your own writing in an unexpected place. And this keeps this new belief front and center. Now remember, the belief needs to be something within reach. How many of you believe the statement, trust your heart? Right? Yeah, of course you do. I think your heart often knows the answer, and sometimes it just takes your mind a little while to catch up. And how many of you believe that this is true? You will be okay. You may not be okay right now, but you will be okay. Like all the difficult decisions and all the scary things that have happened to you, this moment too, this decision too, it's going to pass and you're going to be okay because you've always been okay. So now let's go and see what else. Now, here's the thing. Step number 4. This is everything that I'm always teaching you. Step number 4, act like the person you want to become. Act like the person you want to become. What does that mean? What that means is, if I want to be the kind of person that trusts my heart, that knows that I'm going to be okay, what does that kind of person do, everybody? What does the person who trusts themselves and who knows that they're going to be okay do? Can you think of some actions that that kind of person takes? I know some actions immediately. That kind of person always journals, right, about what's in their heart. That kind of person is kind to themselves. That kind of person takes their time and is patient with themselves. And that kind of person is doing the work to support themselves. That kind of person is telling themselves that they're going to be okay. And so this last piece, number 4, act like the person that you want to become. This part's critical, and this is why most mantras and affirmations don't work, because just saying something isn't enough. The belief becomes real when you start taking actions that are aligned with the new belief. The new belief becomes real. The new belief becomes encoded in your brain, in your nervous system, in your neural pathways, in your habits, in your systems, in the way you talk to yourself. Your new belief becomes real when you take actions that are aligned with the new belief. I did not make this up. This is an entire field of study called behavioral activation therapy. Absolutely everything that I teach you is grounded in behavioral activation therapy. I am trying to make you understand that before you feel like the person you want to become, you need to start acting like the person you want to become. Before you feel ready to go to the gym for the first time in a year, you need to push yourself. Use the 5-second rule. Take a 5-second moment of control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You need to push yourself to act like a person now that has already got a habit of going to the gym. That's how your belief that I deserve to be healthy and I can figure out how to do it, that's how your belief goes from just a statement that you say to a 5-second moment of control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the action and act like that person. Go to the gym. For those of you that want to write, for those of you that want to grow your business, ask yourself, what does a person that is a successful writer do every single day? They write. Before you feel like a writer, you need to make yourself take actions that a writer takes. So that as you stand and you start to say, I can figure out how to write a book. Over time, I could write a book. But then if you leave the bathroom after saying that to yourself, you now need to push yourself to sit your ass in a chair and do what a writer does, which is write about 500 pages of horse shit before you have anything worthy of sharing with somebody else. If you struggle with growing your business, I guarantee you, you're not doing the work that would grow your business. You're thinking about all the reasons why you can't. We need to invert this, everybody. You need to start saying, I am capable of figuring out how to grow my business. I am capable of pushing through the fear and picking up the phone and selling. I am able to figure this out. And then you need to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take the actions before you're motivated, before you're ready, when you're afraid, you can still take the action. When you're hesitating, you can still take action. When you don't feel ready, you can still take the action. Action is the only way you're going to change your life. And by the way, action is necessary. You have to decide what you want to believe, and then you got to do the really hard work to push yourself to take the action before you're ready. That's the only way that you will change how you think about yourself, how you think about your life, how you think about your future. By deciding what you want and pushing yourself to take action 5 seconds at a time when you're scared, when you're anxious, when you're not feeling ready. That's how you change anything. And that's how you put it all together. Now on page 99, you're going to see a photograph of a woman who took these 4 steps, everybody. She started interrupting the negative bullshit in her mind. She started saying, I'm not thinking about that. She created all of these notes to self that are right there so she sees them every single day, the believable things that you're improving every day. That's right, you are. I'm proud of you. These are things that you can believe. And then, more importantly, she is getting up every damn day and she is high-fiving herself in the mirror and she is slowly but surely doing the work to change how she feels about herself. So, in summary, here's the things I want you to do. Number 1, and I'm on page 100. Never leave a bathroom without high-fiving yourself in the mirror. Never leave a bathroom without high-fiving that person you see in the mirror. Because the high-five action takes programming in your mind, overrides negative self-talk, and aims all the positive programming associated with a high-five right back at your face and your identity. Number 2, if you have not taken the High Five Challenge, highfivechallenge.com, get your ass in the High Five Challenge. It is a free 5-day challenge that I lead, 5 video trainings. It is hosted by my friends at Growth Day. I've arranged for you to be able to be on the app for free. When you are done with the High Five Challenge, you can either join Growth Day, but you don't have to. You get the challenge for free. Once the 5 days is over, just make sure you get into our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is, what is it, High Five Crew?
Yes.
So can they search for High Five Crew?
Yes.
So you can just search for High Five Crew. We'll put a link in the comments below to High Five Crew, everybody. And that's it. Use the 4 steps I just gave you to identify the negative beliefs and to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, interrupt them, karate chop them with, I'm not thinking about that. Make a note to self of what you actually want to start to believe. And then, most importantly, use the 5-second rule. Use the high five habit and push yourself to take the actions, the little actions, everybody, that change the entire trajectory of your life. That's how you change, period. One step at a time, one day at a time, one 5-second moment of control at a time. Now, coming up in the high five habit, because these are all on Facebook, everybody. If you're wondering, I am going through the book cover to cover, reading some chapters, teaching some chapters. This is an example of me teaching it instead of reading it to you. Coming up, the next videos are and chapters are about jealousy, guilt, insecurity, unexpected setbacks, anxiety, and fear. And I am going to take each one of those roadblocks and step by step, I'm going to teach you proven strategies using the high five habit and all the research in here to chop through all those things that are stopping you from having the awesome life that, yes, you do deserve and you can and are capable of creating. And so tomorrow in the next video, why is life so easy for them, but not for me? That's what we're going to cover. And again, a couple more things. I see a lot of questions about this. You can find all the videos of me going cover to cover in the High Five Habit book. We are now on page 103. We're going to start with chapter 8 in the next video. And you can find them all on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We put up a brand new video every single day. We have over 1.2 million subscribers. I would love for you to be one of them. All the videos are there for you. If you found this helpful, please share this with your friends. Tag your friends to come watch this. Absolutely bookmark this. Share it with people. I am here teaching you this because I'm trying to save you the headache and the heartache that I caused myself because I didn't know any better. I am committed to creating an awesome life. I am committed to being more courageous. I am committed to squeezing as much as I can out of the time that I have. And that's why I'm sharing everything that I'm learning with you, because I want you to be inspired to do the same thing. I want you to take control of your life. I want you to feel happier and more ease and more joy, because you know what? You fucking deserve it. That's it. I love you. I believe in you and your ability to change your life. That's why I'm here. And that's it. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you. So make sure you subscribe. Mwah.